years as I was growing up that led me to become who I am today. And I called them my principles, and I incorporated 7 of them in this speech. And in each principle, I've learned something as a lesson, and that led me become a better person, both as an engineer and as a human being. All right, so the first thing is most of your dreams won't come true, dream a lot. And this is quite a sad one to start with, but so my story begins in Baku, where I was born and raised. I was born and raised in a family that values education more than anything. My father has a PhD in literature, and he has more than 100 books. My mother, she's been a teacher of the year. She has received a Teacher of the Year award twice. Sadly, she passed away 2 years ago. But growing up, I've been a curious kid. I've been the kind of kid that's everybody's annoyed with because I would ask a lot of questions, especially to my mom. I would ask a lot of questions about space and the sun, the moon, the stars, and everything. And she, being a physicist, would try to explain everything to me, and sometimes in a lot of technical details that I couldn't really comprehend as a kid. But one thing I started doing from an early age is to visualize myself accomplishing a certain task, like having dreams. And I think a lot of us as kids dream of being an astronaut, and that has always been my biggest dream, and it still is to this day. And I live my life, I make my decisions in a way that would get me closer to that dream eventually. Well, I mean, I work at NASA, so I guess I'm one step closer to eventually becoming an astronaut. And as we grow up, most of us stop dreaming because we realize that the reality that we live in, the world is a harsh place to live in, and the dreams don't really come true. But my solution to that is, in order to, instead of stopping dreaming, you should dream more. You should try to have a lot of dreams in different fields that one of them eventually might become reality. And this also is related to a lot of startups that has been presented here. Before coming up to the stage, I just looked up, and it turns out the failure rate of a startup is 90%. So 90% of the startups don't actually make it statistically. But if you have a startup and the chances are it's most likely going to fail, that doesn't mean that you should stop dreaming. You should just make more startups. You know, just make 10 of them. Eventually, one of them will make it big, and you'll become successful and rich. All right, let's move on to the second principle, is that opportunity doesn't knock twice, seize the moment. So I would like to present this chronologically. So I started from my childhood, and at this point, I've already graduated high school, and I'm studying mechanical engineering at Istanbul Technical University in Istanbul. And so one day, I just applied for the green card lottery for the United States, and then I just completely forgot about it. A few months after I received a letter on my name, it used to be that they would send you letters, now they don't do it anymore. And I opened it up, and it says that you won the green card. It was a great opportunity for me, but I mean, I had a decision to make. Do I want to move to a different country where my English wasn't even that good at the time? Do I want to like go and start over and start a new life with new people, new environment? But then I realized this is a really great opportunity to pass on. And opportunities like this come in everybody's life maybe once or twice, and it's really important that you seize that opportunity and that you make the best of it and you capitalize on that chance that is being given to you. It's not something that necessarily has been earned, but it's something that is being given to you, and you should take it and you should make the most of it. But in terms of startups, it may be that maybe you have an idea and some investor with a lot of money is interested in your idea, and they offer you a lot of money with no actual backing up of your idea, and you should take it and you should make the most of it and you should capitalize on it. All right, moving forward, knowledge is power. At this point, I'm in the US. I'm in grad school at George Mason University, and I had applied to work at NASA twice, and in both cases I've been rejected. The first time I applied to NASA at JPL, Jet Propulsion Lab, I didn't hear anything back. The second time I applied to NASA Ames, I had a phone interview, but they didn't really call me for an in-person interview. And I saw an opening at NASA Goddard Space Flight Center, which actually is in Maryland, and I was in the DC area, so it was really close to where I lived. And obviously I applied to it, but I didn't, and then they called me up for an interview, but this time I thought that I would have a different strategy. So I found through a friend of a friend somebody who actually works at NASA, and I got in contact with that person, and I asked them everything that there is to know about this possible job that I'm getting. And he told me that, you know, they work with the CCD and CMOS imagers, and you have to know a lot about detector technology and infrared detectors and space satellites in general. So I researched everything that I could possibly research in a week. I was working at a time. I took a whole week off from work, and all I did was research for that particular position that I'm going to be interviewing for. And during my interview, I made sure that I know a lot about this position. I would ask them questions in a certain way that would imply that I'm the best candidate for this role, because I already know so much about this technology that you're working on. Eventually, I got the job. And when I got the job, they told me that they interviewed around 50 people, and I was one of the last ones. Before interviewing me, they already had a person in mind, but I came in and I changed that, and I hope that person is not mad at me, and I hope that person is doing fine. So the way this could apply to like startups. So this is an event where I saw a lot of startups come on stage and present their ideas. I mean, we have jurors here and we have investors, and I'm not sure if a lot of startups actually researched any of the investors sitting here. Maybe look at their portfolio and see what they have invested in before, and try to make your speech in a way that would gain their interest. Or the jurors, maybe they're in the technical field, maybe they're in the aerospace field, and your product is somehow related to the aerospace field. You have to make sure that your pitch is in a way that it would spark this interest in an investor or a juror, because those people actually affect your life. It's a difference between winning and losing in an event like this, being a startup. All right, so moving forward, just good enough isn't good enough. Go above and beyond. At this point, I already work at NASA. It's my first month. So because it's a space technology field that I'm working in, the work is quite unique. So when you come to work, the first month you just spend going through a lot of documents. You just read a bunch of stuff. You just look at a lot of schematics, a lot of documents explaining how certain things or certain electronic units work, how they function together, how the system is integrated. So the first month I didn't actually do anything. And then I was given a chance to test a communication protocol between two chips. So we receive a wafer from the foundry. That's a chip that hasn't been cut and packaged. So it's a bare silicon chip. And we have this place called probe station, where we place the whole wafer in the probe station, and we probe into the pads on the chip. And we have an external electronics that communicates with the chip. By the way, this chip later on is going to be cut and packaged into an electronic circuit that would control infrared space detectors. So my task was to make sure that the communication between the warm electronics and the chip worked normally. So I plugged it on and I probed into the chip, and there was no communication at all. I couldn't really send or receive any data from the chip. And first thing was I looked at the power was good. Then I realized there was a communication problem going on between those two circuitries. And at that point, I could just write a report saying that, hey, it's dead, there's no communication, and I could have sent it to my supervisors or to the design engineers, and that would have been just good enough. But I realized that it's my moment to shine. It's my moment to show them that I'm better than this. So what I did was I went deep into the problem, and I looked at the document. I found out how the communication protocol should work. And anybody who's ever done any digital communication, the way it works that you send a bunch of data, and at the end of that data, you send a CRC, that's a cyclic redundancy code. And that CRC is a function of all the data words that you've sent previously. And so the receiving device receives all the data words, and it calculates its own CRC. And if those CRC sent and CRC received don't match, that would imply that you have an error in the serial peripheral interface, and that none of the data stream actually goes through. So I looked it up, and I threw the logic analyzer, and I saw that the CRC sent and CRC calculated, they did not match. But I didn't leave it at that either. So I requested a firmware from the software engineer, the firmware for the FPGA. So that is the electronic part that communicates with the chip. And I looked through thousands of lines of code, and I found a section where the CRC logic is implemented. And then I realized that the CRC logic was not implemented properly. There were 2 errors in that section of the code. And this was done by a guy who has 40 years of experience working at NASA, and I've been told that he never makes mistakes. So this must have been like one of the first mistakes that he ever made. So I caught that, so I wrote this very comprehensive report about what the problem is, how to fix it, and where the problem is exactly, and how to not to repeat this in the future. So with anything, from that moment on, with anything that I do, I don't just report the mediocre stuff. I try to go above and beyond and really get into the details. So the way this could be implemented as a startup, right? Well, startups need to impress people because they're at the stage where maybe they have a product, maybe they don't. They themselves not even sure about the future of their product. So they need to do a lot of research. They need to do a lot of hard work, and they need to go above and beyond to impress people, to get investors, and to make sure that they have a great working product. All right, clicker problems. All right, versatility is strength, learn new skills, and gain knowledge. So at this point, I'm already working at NASA for 2 years, and I've realized that there is this kind of divide between myself and everybody else in my group. So we have physicists that, like if I take some data with the detector, a physicist needs to come in and look at that data, and they just look at it for like 10 minutes, like, all right, it looks good. And maybe it's every now and then it'll be like, there's a small dip in this at this wavelength, so I don't know where that's from. And there are also software engineers that sometimes you do a test, you need some kind of analysis, and you get in contact with a software engineer, and you have to wait 3-4 days for them to kind of solve their problem. So what I realized that in order for me to actually succeed at a place like NASA, I need to be versatile. So I need to know a lot of stuff about different fields that still somehow relates to my project. So anytime I went to the physicist to ask them of the opinion of the data that I've taken, not only ask them to do their job, but I also be like, hey, I'm going to sit here with you, and why don't you explain it to me what you're actually looking for, and how can I make this that I don't have to come to you for every simple stuff, right? And also with the software engineers, I made sure that I actually know how the code works and how it's supposed to function. So with the small changes that I can do myself. And doing this has led me to become a lead integration and test engineer. I've been a lead engineer for the past 2 years. And that is mostly due to my versatility, because I know a lot about all aspects of the project. I'm not an expert in any of the fields, right? I'm not a software engineer, but I still, for the small things, I can actually do it myself. I don't have to go to different people. So this could, I talked to some of the startups here, and I think 2 of them, I was asking them some technical questions, and they're like, I'm not a technical person. You know, let me get the technical person here. I'm a CEO, and I do the like marketing, right? That shouldn't be the case. Everybody in the team should know everything about pretty much everything. You don't have to be, you don't have to have a depth in knowledge, but you have to know, at least know how your products function. You need to know the technical details that you can explain to a layperson, not necessarily to an engineer or scientist, but you can generally explain your product and your innovation. All right. And this is my last principle. It says future depends on not. It's actually a modification of a famous quote by Mahatma Gandhi. It says, the future depends on what you do today. I like to simplify things, so I just said future depends on now. Stay motivated. So I'm a millennial. I'm a kind of person who likes instant gratification for the work that I do, and I need to have some kind of motivation in order for me to move forward. And motivation can come in different ways. We all could be motivated by different stuff. And as of now, I'm motivated about receiving an award at NASA. There's an award called Exceptional Engineering Achievement Award, and that is the highest honor as an engineer to receive at a place like NASA. And all of my future endeavors are based on eventually receiving that award, which I hope I will get it in a year or maybe 2. All right, so that has been my story, and I don't know if I'm running late on time, but so it's part 2 of this speech is about space exploration, and it answers the question, why do we explore space? Well, space exploration is nothing new. People have been exploring space since the first humans ever walked Earth. People would just look at the stars and try to make sense of that star formation, and maybe they would try to explain some phenomena that happened on Earth based on what they see in the stars. Here I have 2 pictures for you. That is one of the most famous pictures that taken by Hubble Space Telescope of NASA. It's been launched in 1990. This picture is called Pillars of Creation, and it's a picture of Eagle Nebula. I don't know exactly where it is. It's somewhere in space, far, far away, millions of light years away. So the reason that we actually analyze distant galaxies, like really, really far, we're looking for certain things, right? Maybe we're looking for life on another planet. Maybe we're looking for an exoplanet that is like an Earth-like planet that we could possibly colonize and live in. And some of the space exploration has effects on us on this day. For example, anything that happens in the sun, because that's our main source of energy, any coronal mass ejection or any abnormalities happening in the sun would affect us directly in the short future, in like a day or 2, maybe even a week. So it's really crucial that we study our solar system. But you might argue that studying like far, far away galaxies and planets don't really have any meaning for us on this day. But that's not the way science works, right? Something that's invented today could actually be meaningful 200 years from now. Like, who knows? That's why we need to invest a lot of money to look beyond our solar system and look into the distant galaxies and stars. And so before we move forward, I would like to talk about Nasrattin Tusi. Anybody from Azerbaijan know who that is? He's one of the most famous scientists of the Islamic era. And so he lived in 13th century. He was an astronomer, so he gave a very good model for planetary systems. And his contributions to the science of physics and astronomy and philosophy is so much great that it wouldn't fit in a 20-minute talk here. But I would like to share an English translation of one of his poems that really resonated with me the first time I heard it. It goes like this: anyone who knows and knows that he knows makes the steep of intelligent leap over the vault of heaven. Anyone who does not know but knows that he does not know can bring his lame little donkey to the destination nonetheless. Anyone who does not know and does not know that he does not know is stuck forever in double ignorance. So, very powerful stuff. Thank you. Thank you. So we would like to know, that's why we explore space. All right, but that's all I'm good, but so the question is, how do we actually explore space? Like I said in the beginning of my presentation, that I try to leave out all of the technical details because it's really complicated. Anybody who's not interested in it might not get it. But I would like to present 3 of the major telescopes that NASA has built. This one hasn't been launched yet. So the first one is very famous Hubble Space Telescope that has been launched in 1990. It's still functioning after 32 years. It's still sending science data. There's been some missions where people actually went up to Hubble and they serviced it. So they took out some parts of it and they put in new parts. So it's kind of renovated recently, but it's still working fine. This one is James Webb Space Telescope. Is the most physically appealing space telescope that ever built. It just looks beautiful. And it was launched last year in December, and it reached its destination like a month ago. But because it works in infrared, the way it works is it has to cool down to like 40 Kelvin. That's like almost nothing, where 0 Kelvin is absolute zero temperature. And that kind of takes a while. So the space is not really cold enough for this telescope to function. The third one is Roman Space Telescope. It used to be called WFIRST, that's Wide Field Infrared Space Telescope. And this is my main project. It's going to be launched sometime in 2027. So the question now might be that why are we building different telescopes if they're accomplishing the same thing? Well, they're not really doing the same thing because they have different instruments in them. And each instrument is tuned to receive and measure light at different parts of the electromagnetic spectrum. So for example, Hubble Space Telescope works in visible and UV part of the spectrum. James Webb is mostly infrared, and Roman Space Telescope is also going to be mostly infrared. So this is the general look of the Roman Space Telescopes. So it has primary and secondary mirrors, so the radiation coming from distant stars and galaxies hits the primary mirror, and it all concentrated on the secondary mirror that's on top. And through the secondary mirror, it actually goes in. So all of the, you can think of it as like light rays, but they're in infrared. They're not something that we could see as people. So once it enters the space telescope, then it goes to the instruments that telescope has. The Roman Space Telescope will have two instruments. Those are wide field instrument and coronagraph. So wide field instrument is in infrared section, and the view of Roman Space Telescope is going to be 100 times bigger than the view of Hubble Space Telescope. So that when it's launched in a matter of months, this Roman Space Telescope will gather more data that Hubble Telescope has gathered in 32 years. So this is just amazing engineering. So at the heart of the instrument, we have the detectors, and in case of Roman Space Telescope, we have H4RG detectors that are tuned to a specific wavelength of infrared radiation. So the H stands for MERCAT, that's mercury cadmium telluride. That's the material that's been used to build these detectors, and we have 18 of them on the Roman WFI wild field instrument. The 4 is the size of the detector. It's 4K by 4K, 4096 by 4096 pixels. So it's 16 megapixel for one detector. For 18 of them, it's more than 300 megapixel. R stands for guide window. So the way it works when you're up in space, there's no north or south, there's no magnetic field. How do you even know where you're oriented? How do you even know where you're at, right? The way engineers and scientists have accomplished that is through guide stars. So there are certain stars that we know the positions of, and if you align certain pixels of your detector with that stars, then you know your alignment perfectly. Then you know your relative alignment to everything else that's in space. I'm sorry, G stands for guide window. R stands for reference pixels, which is really technical. I'm not going to get into that. So once the light has hit the detector, and based on the light intensity of that pixel, there's a certain charge that's being built in a capacitor of that detector, and that charge has to get digitized, because what we want is a digital image. And that digitization is done through this ASIC that's called Acadia. So Acadia stands for ASIC for control and digitization of images for astronomy, and ASIC is application-specific integrated circuit. I know I said I'm not going to really go into technical detail, but this is like the bare minimum that I have to explain, otherwise you wouldn't know how it works. So the main purpose of this chip is to control the detector. So the detector requires some control signal. It's just like a camera of your phone, right? So you take the camera out, and you have, I don't know, like if you go into pro mode, you have a bunch of stuff that you can possibly select, right? Like you have ISO, you have shutter speed, and things like that. You can control them individually. And so those are controlled by a chip that's an ASIC, that's an application-specific integrated circuit that's already inside of your phone. But in case of Space Telescope, that has been done by Acadia. And that's pretty much it. That's my presentation. Thank you so much. I think I went over time a little. I hope you liked it. If you have any questions, any technical questions, I'll be around. Thank you.
Attila, thank you so much. I think that we overlooked the time because it was so interesting. Well done. Good job. Thank you. Definitely a role model. Guys, NASA, one of your own. That's not an easy accomplishment. Okay. We will start now our second half of the pitching. The way it will go now, our esteemed jury will get into place. And by the way, if you see my jury, you're welcome to push them to here. We will have in about 4:30 a visit by the minister. As we told you and promised you, during this part of the day, some of you lucky ones will be receiving different gifts and surprises by our partners. So you better be here when someone looks for you with a present in their hands and greet them nice. Guys, relax. Everything is fine. Shh. Clicker is here. Hello. Time, okay. I'm still waiting. Is all my jury here? Probably everyone. It's not all my jury, right? Who am I missing? Where is she, the troublemaker? Where is she now? Me? Network. Whomever sees Leila, you're requested to the jury panel, please. Leila. Okay. 2, 4. Yeah. Okay. One missing. Okay. We're pushing on. I'd like to invite the first startup of this part, who is yes, Magnus. Hello, Miss Magnus, come. Round of applause for Magnus for joining us here. This is your clicker. Your 5 minutes start now. Good luck.
Hello, everyone. I am Esra. I am the co-founder of Magnus. Magnus is an AI-based portfolio optimization and robo-advisory platform that offers automated investment management. Today, 80% of individual investors need a financial advice. They are looking for professional financial advice. However, only 0.2% of them are able to get it because of the high account minimums. So we are targeting these individual investors. We are providing algorithm-based optimal portfolio allocations, and we keep the portfolios on track according to market changes, according to market movements. So we are experienced team. We started this journey in the US. I am a data scientist. I got a PhD degree in this field. Mehmet Caner is the distinguished professor at the North Carolina University. He is also consulting to the World Bank and the Italian Central Bank. Ercan is a serial entrepreneur from San Francisco. He is supporting us global business development and sales activities. And the final Halit from Google, he is advising us about the cutting-edge algorithm into investment management sector. So the market is huge. Today, $2 trillion is managed by robo-advisors. And in this market, we are targeting MENA region. We have we have 3 business models, and we already validated 3 of them. First one, as a robo-advisor, we are working with Kuwait Turk. Their individual investors can use our algorithms through their banks. And the second one, we are constructing AI-based smart funds, and we just launched 2 AI-based our smart funds into the market, and investors can invest these funds through their applications. And finally, as an investment tool, we are working with Matrix. It's the biggest trading platform in Turkey. So we launched our MVP product 2 years ago. And we are a venture-backed startup actually now. And one of our investors is Qatar Development Bank, so that we start to work with Qatari banks now. And now we are targeting $2 billion in the next 2 years to manage for the individual investors. Thank you for listening. If you have any questions, I'd be more than happy to answer.
Thank you so much. Yeah, question, please.
Okay, so thank you for your pitch. I would like to understand more about your customers and how can they invest and what's the assets that you have in your product that the people can invest in.
Yes, we are providing some optimal funds and fund of funds consisting of some stocks, currencies, commodities, ETFs, and mutual funds. We are constructing this kind of smart fund into the market. And we are now working with financial companies. We are providing this service as a B2B or B2B2C service, like business models. And next year, we are target to direct to investors.
So you are managing an investment for companies or for startups or for individuals?
We are targeting banks, financial institutions, challenger banks, trading platforms.
So they invest
and
with you?
Portfolio management companies. We are providing our services to these companies, and they are using our services to serve their individual investors.
Yeah, okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you.
Hello.
Hello.
The main question, you focus it only on B2B, right?
Yes. Now, for now.
For now. Better? Wow. The main interesting point in the taxi driver asked me what is the stock here in Baku. Maybe it's time to offer the B2C as well. I think you have a great opportunity here.
Yes, to target B2C or direct to customers, there are some regulations. But in Turkey, a new regulation came into last month. It's something like we can offer fund of funds consisting of ETFs or mutual funds without regulation. So we can we can target these individual investors to optimize ETFs.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Any more? No. Okay. Thank you so much. Good luck.
Thank you.
Round of applause. Magnus.
Yeah.
Metatesk. Calling to the stage. Metatesk, here's your clicker.
I don't need.
You don't
Thank
need.
you.
When you're ready, your 5 minutes.
Okay.
Start now.
Okay. I guess we're a perfect example of adaptive and flexible startup, as we did pivot on our pitch and discarded the presentation at all. So, 15th and 18th centuries are somehow similar. However, this and last centuries are different. So, there is difference in every aspect of life except of education. As Elon Musk said, education should be fun and engaging. However, it's not, traditional education is not fun and engaging for new generation at all. So it's time to change. So, as you know, kids lose their focus and attention very quickly during the classes. However, if you have been in tight interaction with kids, probably you have seen that. They can play the games non-stop days and nights. Even when they don't play the games, they are watching YouTube gameplays. So, research shows that 91% of the kids are playing video games, and MetaWorld reached 4 million active users in March, and we are aiming, so guess what? 85% of those users were aged 13 and under. Adults need kids to be educated, while kids are in need for education, so MetaTask already gives them what they want. So MetaTask is a virtual world which provides educators and learners with equipped classrooms. You can join anytime from any point of the world, interact with other users, and engage in gamified classes. So right now we have revenue already. So we have over 50 paying customers. We are in China market, USA, Turkey, and United Arab Emirates. And customers are paying per kid per hour $50. Our power is our team. So I am CEO and founder of MetaTask, and my background is science, and I am teaching science classes as well. And I have worked at the Ministry of Education, so I'm in charge of the education part of this startup. We are working with game developers, game designers, and graphic motion designers and other developers on this startup. So this is one of our science classes. Right now we have 10 MVP science classes package. Here you can see the water cycle in nature. So instead of just sitting and looking at the book or presentation, kids are in world. They are joining the classes with their teachers, so it's multiplayer. At the same time, teacher and the classroom kids are in the classroom. Teacher just walks or flies or jumps in the classroom and shows what is happening, how science works, how you can fly near the planet, how big is sun, and etc. I want to mention that, yeah, I said we have already revenue, and just don't invest in today's technology. It already exists, and if the technology is in any point of the world, it will spread out, because we are living in a global world. Invest in future technology, invest in future, and invest in MetaTask. Thank you.
Yeah, I think your jury is quite astounded as the numbers. Yes.
So, being great presentation, but very innovative. So that was interesting. Being an educator myself, one of the most important metrics is whether students actually learn, and then the student engagement. Are you guys have some kind of measuring this in the background? How students, what are students' actions in when they go into your metaverse environment? What are they doing? Are they actually learning? Are they reading? How many seconds are they? You know, those are the metrics that I would want to see if I become a customer as an educator, right? So.
Okay. So thanks for question. As our education is gamified, game-based, so we are testing the kids' knowledge based on games. So at the end of each class, they think that they are playing games, but they are actually answering the questions in the world, and so that we can see and learn what they learned. We know their engagement. We know that which sides should be worked on more. So the kids show their knowledge during the class, and they are very happy with those classes. User testimonials has shown that the kids are very happy, and when we stopped those 10 MVP classes, they just refuse to go back to presentation or book. They want to continue that class.
Okay, so I have another question. Do you customize the content or the material for the students, or just you have the tools that enable the teachers to build the educational materials and so on?
Okay. On our MVP stage, we have ready classes, class environments, where teachers can come and teach. For example, there is like classroom environment, the kids are sitting and learning. But after fundraising, after launch, we will have a tool that enables teachers and users to create content by themselves, and they can sell their content, their classroom environment, digital art, or virtual robotics projects as NFTs.
One last question. Who pay for the subscription?
Pay.
The teacher?
No. Students pay for each class, for each lesson, and we're taking 10% of each transaction. Doesn't matter if it's lesson or NFT-based revenue.
Okay, we're done. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Moving on, Original, please join us on stage. Original from, guess where, Argentina. Your 5 minutes begin now. Good luck.
Thank you. The picture. Great.
Point the
Hello, everyone. Yes, I am Nico Balestrini, COO and co-founder of Origino. Origino was born 2 years ago to solve the supply chain problems and the traceability. We saw that consumers were changing, they're asking and demanding more information about the products that they are buying. Also, markets are increasing their regulations, so we identified two big supply chain needs. These are transparency and trust, and funding and insurance. Both problems can be solved with a good traceability system. And that's why we developed a disruptive and game-changing platform that allows to tokenize supply chain assets and build with that a blockchain traceability. At the same time, all things are broken. At the same time, we allow rewards to the supply chain actors automatically with contracts in the blockchain. So users can identify, trace, transfer, audit, and show all the information that is in the supply chain, but not only that, they can use that data as proof of existence of the goods, so they can ask for loans and insurance. We are working in an addressable market of $10 trillion. It's the food market, but we are focalizing in a $22 billion market of early adopters that are needing traceability to fulfill their needs. We have to win money, and we do it with subscription plans, with pay-per-use modeling, and also with revenue sharing when we sell insurances and financial services inside our platform. We have competition as usual, but we created an all-in-one solution that it's ready to use, and we can solve all the traceability problems in our platform with blockchain traceability, unit identification of digital identification of the assets with non-fungible tokens, and also with loans and insurances integrated in the platform and with a reward modeling system. Users can control and manage their assets, also create and make traceability, and differentiate their product at the end of the last mile in the supply chain. We also can ask for insurance and funding, but we have several different products or tools integrated in the platform, such as deforestation analysis, also carbon footprint calculator, and a new blockchain documental verification that works like a notarizing solution, so they can all notarize all their documents inside the platform. We are active in Argentina in the bovine supply chain nowadays. We have had great success, and we have top brands of Argentina's meat producers and great success cases that it's like brands that sell meat with a QR in the label, for example, and customers can see all the origin, provenance, and important information of that product. But now we are adding new supply chain, ready-to-use supply chain, like trees, porks, and vegetables, and we're jumping into new countries. Also, we are working hard to offer our own financial services so we can become a global fintech. This can only be done with a great and a strong team. We are 14 members, and we have a great background in traceability and blockchain technology. Our CEO, Diego, is an agronomist and really institutional career. I am a biologist and technology with technology skills. So 2 years ago, we have an idea. We developed a live product, and after 3 successful investment rounds, we are now raising $1 million to scale up. And also, that's why we are in Azerbaijan to show our innovative solution to investors, to the jury also, and to businesses who want to use our traceability solution. Feel free to contact us. Thank you very much. Kopsakam.
Very nice. Yes, jury. Any feedbacks? Sorry? Not just question, you can say something nice also.
Okay, welcome from Argentina, one of my most favorite, country. Buenos Aires, carne, meat. So you got me there. But question is, using the blockchain as an infrastructure, what do I save? Is it faster? I know it's safer. Do I save money? Do I save time?
Great. We use a really fast and cheap blockchain, not expensive, because if not, you cannot create a lot of tokens, like 54 million non-fungible tokens. So that problem is solved. But what you add is transparency and trust, because blockchain is that. It is for money, and we use it for supply chain. So mostly it's a thing about transparency, and that you can show that you are working right, you are doing things good. And this is very helpful for brands that want to differentiate, or countries. For example, we are speaking with the Ministry of Digital Innovation, and we dream with tomatoes in Azerbaijan that you can export and differentiate from other exporting countries with a product that has all the traceability, provenance, and supply chain correctly, and without being misunderstood the information or changed.
Okay, so hey Nicola. So I have a small question. Are you focusing on the supply chain domain only, or you will apply, or any other customers can use your SaaS service in other domains?
Yes, firstly, we are in primary production, but because it's the simplest supply chain to work with, like trees, pork, soy, corn, but it works for everything, like real estate also you can work, and another different solutions.
Good.
Okay, gracias, thank you.
Thanks.
Okay, moving on. I'd like to call to the stage Recepta. Recepta, please join us here on stage. Thank you, Recepta. The floor is yours. Your 5 minutes begin now.
Hi, everyone. So I'm Ralph, CEO of Recepta. we are smart receipts. That's how we call it. We are an API integrated to the POS terminals and mobile apps that collects all those receipts in one platform. We are backed by NVIDIA Inception program that provides us 300,000 benefits. We are partnering with EBRD and Plug and Play as well. So the problem we are solving, non-recyclable receipts. 93% of the receipts are non-recyclable, and it costs industries $1 billion. Like Walmart spent $630 million last year on paper receipts, and expense scanning takes more than 30 minutes a day. And we are still holding on those physical cards, reward cards. We need to scan them, and one of the largest problems is carbon emission. So we are providing receipt data, and the benefits we provide to merchants, it's reduced carbon footprint, instant feedback, and real-time data analysis. These are the benefits we are providing to our customers, just making easier to carry all digital cards, reward cards in one place, better analysis, and accessible receipts anytime, anywhere. This is how it works. Basically, we integrate just 15-minute integration to the current POS terminal, and we get all the transaction details from the open banking. And we do matching based on the card number, masked card number, amount, date, and zip code. And we provide it to the customer. And other part, we use the data we derive from the paper receipts. We use it to build these analytical dashboards. And we provide sales by age group, by gender, most visited hours, and purchase by region. And here we see the number of receipts provided, new customers, everything basically. And this is a price check. We derive the data from those checks, and we built this price check feature that you can scan the product and you can see the price by supermarket, grocery store, or any other retailer. And you can compare the price. Also, you can set an alert to get a price update. And we also built a product-based cashback program without scanning any card. As soon as you tap your card to make the payment, we identify you and we give you back some fraction of the product. And at some point on phase 3, we are planning to do the pay and go scan. So you scan the item, you pay through the Recept app or Apple Pay, and you get your receipt on your Recept app. And it's fully automated. It applies all the coupons you have. And environmental benefits, we are aiming to save 180 million trees, like as we are using those to produce paper receipts. Our business model is simple. We have 4 tiers, and we are charging 5-6 times less than traditional paper receipts. And this is our team. I'm the co-founder and CEO, and Riyadh is a tech guy. And I used to work with Giri at Amazon Web Services, where I was dealing with these paper receipts, and he was my CFO. And Samir Suleymanov, who is a strategic advisor to IMF director. And our go-to-market strategy, we are a member of Green America and National Retail Federation, which has in total more than 4 million retailers. That's how we got connected to Walmart, Target, and other retailers. We are currently testing, launching in Azerbaijan, testing with Walmart, and DNA payments in United Kingdom, which is one of the largest POS terminal providers in UK. And we also have good relationship with Nas Daily, who has 25 million users on social media. And currently, we are raising 3 million, which half of that we got from EBRD and Plug and Play. And we raised 250K and some of my own money on pre-seed round. And currently, these are the customers we are working in Azerbaijan and planning to scale globally. That's it. Thank you.
Okay, well done. Recepta. Yes, jury, your feedback, please.
So thank you. I think it's good to have a business that's giving a value to the market and also saving the environment. I have a small question. Are you integrating with the POS machines, right?
Yes, that's right.
So if I'm a buyer from a market, how can I get my receipt? Should I give a code or scan or something?
No, you don't need to scan anything. As soon as you tap your payment just to make the payment, right? So we identify you with the help of that POS terminal as we are integrated to that terminal.
In
And
case my data is not in the POS machine, or if I'm paying cash, so how they will know my device?
If you are paying cash, we can't identify you. We are just identifying all the payments through the card. And you paid through the card and you have the Recept app, or we get all your banking transactions from the bank, and POS terminal provides your receipt. We do the matching based on the card number and other details.
Okay, thank you.
Now, do you have users? I couldn't see your user traffic.
So we are launching next month in Azerbaijan, and it's going to be white labeling under 4 largest banks here. And in total, we are aiming to have access to 4 million users of those banking apps.
Thank you. I'm a bit confused with something. You have listed a lot of large customers, right? Large brands. You have mentioned that you're part of a network in US, you're part of a lot of different things global-wise, right?
Yes.
So you're launching it here.
Yes,
but
that's
it seems that you are ready to launch in larger markets. Can you elaborate on that?
Yes. So basically, when we talk to Walmart vice president on ESG about these, they'd be like, yeah, show us some traction and the working model. And we showed them the working model. Right now, we are testing in Austin, Texas with one of the Walmart stores, and then we'll scale with them. We are also still negotiating with Target all the terms and conditions.
One last question. You said that when they pay cash, you cannot identify the customer.
Okay.
However, I think if I remember correctly, when they pay cash and they provide you with a loyalty card, then you can also...
Yeah. I was going to say that just, yes, we can do that, but the reason why we are not mentioning that too much, because in the United States, in all other countries, just we are trying to do that cashless and seamless. What's that? Yes.
Everything is okay. Thank you so much. Moving on. Robot for Work. Please join us on stage. Robot for Work. Floor is yours. Your 5 minutes begin now. Good luck.
Good afternoon. In the last 2 decades, most of the artificial intelligence resources, investments have been put into robotics, but for very good reason. All of us would like to avoid all the repetitive, boring tasks that could be done by a machine otherwise, right? So this is where we come in with our solution. We have humanoids that we have partnered with a company that develops them in China and helps you solve this problem for you, for your businesses, and for your, let's say, if you run restaurants or if you have hospitals, we can help you with that. So these humanoids, they come in different shapes and different sizes, and we have programmed them with our robot or humanoid management platforms, and they help you, of course, starting off, let's say, in a restaurant, if you have customers, they can place an order. Or you are at a museum and you need a tour or digital tour guide. And so you don't have to hire so-called tour guides who have to speak, let's say, 5, 10 languages, or 5 languages. This robot can speak up to 40 languages, of course, powered by AI. So this is a solution that we provide, and this comes, of course, with a really good cost benefit, starting at 1,500 euros a month. That can help you, of course, augment your workforce. This could also, of course, empower your workforce where your workforce normally cannot enter. And this includes maintenance and delivery costs. And we're starting off with, for now, we're starting off with the hospitality sector, and then we are trying to move into the digital healthcare sector because this is where we see the most, let's say, return on investment. But of course, another thing that we are very much into is retail or commerce. We have already partnered up with some customers in the live marketing field and also viral marketing. And we have seen that children especially and also women really interact a lot with robots because, or we have, or a brand or robots are actually very initiated with the robots. And this is one of our partnership with Mercedes Daimler Group in Berlin at their Mercedes Arena. And like I said, so Robot for Work, the name suggests, we are selling or renting or leasing these robots to you. So you could potentially find them tomorrow at your workplace working with you happily. So of course, I think we all are looking forward to a future like that where we will be working with, of course, together, joining hands with robots. We have some competitors, but we found a niche market which is focused on retail and healthcare. If I could just go back to the competitors. Of course, we've seen Boston Dynamics with their fancy robots, dancing, jumping, and also military targeted robots, but we're not that. We are targeting completely on retail sector, on consumers, and of course, digital healthcare. So here you can see some of, so most of our customers also lease them or rent them per day. So we have rented almost 1 year worth of robots to different companies. So we do not actually, let's say, have a big inventory of robots, but we do rent them to companies that need it for, let's say, trade fairs, and these robots can carry your marketing material. They also have a speaker inbuilt, and also they have a projector inbuilt that you can just take here and project on the wall. We also partner up with different organizations. You can see here, again, some shots. So in terms of traction, I spoke, we're in the market since more than 5 years. We have sold roughly 24 robots, but mostly, like I said, we are selling this management platform and the applications on the top of robots. And so we have these customers mostly, in marketing or consumer-facing companies, sectors. So the company has been mostly self-sustaining. We have invested upwards of 50,000, roughly 100K in this business. And right now we are trying to scale into digital healthcare sectors because we want to develop some digital healthcare focused applications for these robots. This is where we are raising $500,000.
Yes.
We have some partnerships with some high-tech development zones.
We're done. Thank you so much. Yes, judges, juries.
Let me just move.
Positive feedbacks.
No, I cannot.
Who wants?
Okay, so I will start.
Yeah, we haven't heard you for some time.
I will take it over.
You'll get first place here.
Okay, so I would like to understand how your robot work for some different functions in hospital or in a restaurant or other places. So as you mentioned that it can serve many different domains, but is it developed to do that, or I need to customize each one on each place or each function?
A good question, first of all. So the robot is actually equipped with more than 15 different sensors. That includes telemetry sensors, cameras, projectors, speakers, and of course gyrometers and GPS. So this is, of course, we have a platform where we actually can program these robots with different applications. So for example, we have 3 more famous ones that almost always the case is either the tour guide or the restaurant, ordering guide. These are the programs that we actually plan them with, and of course the third one being the one for trade shows or trade fairs. So we plan, so we basically map the floor and then give it the path, and then the robot follows the pathways and then carries the material or whatever we want to, let's say, broadcast. So it's like a walking, talking kind of broadcaster or a salesperson.
Many thanks for your
Thank
pitch.
you.
I recently made an exit from another branch of robotic startups in industrial and academic segment. But during 5 years in a row, I've been sharing the booth mostly with your competitors, and I'm pretty familiar with the distribution way the Promobot has got. As far as I recall, in terms of platform expansion, just advice for you, we've opened the contest or lifetime-long hackathon for the teams across Russia to promote their platform for developers and to expand it with the features for some chains of the restaurants, for example, etc., etc. So it's probably my advice to think about the new applications to the new industries like them did.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank
Hospitality is
you. Much
definitely a sector we are
appreciated.
looking
Thank
to.
you for the advice. Very
Thank you.
important words.
Thank you.
Yes, yes. Moving on. Safavi. Please join us here on stage. Floor is yours. Your 5 minutes.
Let's check.
Start now.
Let's check. Okay, working. Hi everyone. I am Könül Guliyeva. Most of you know me like a 5 children mothers, but I am not 5 children mothers. I am 4 children mothers, but my 5th children is Safavi. It lost my kids, so I am also an educator. I am a teacher at Azerbaijan State Economic University. Me and my another member of team comes from education sector. And why Safavi? For example, during this period, we saw that, and we had a survey that most of people want a course, education that quickly, in a short time, very affordable, requireable course. And they want to learn and move to the career path and to work somewhere. So we created our platform. While I entered university, I remembered days that I missed my first classes. Why? Because of financial problems. Not me. In our region, in our country, also there is a serious number of children that cannot go university. But without entering university, graduating university, they cannot start anywhere. We want to break these stereotypes, and we created this platform. This platform gives short-term, very experience-based courses in local language and a very required course. What they do, they buy our course, video course. They watch this course. After that, giving a test. Maybe some of course we have some tasks, and finally getting a certificate. After that, they can use this knowledge, this experience in their work life, in their personal life. So you can say that, Könül, in the world, there are a lot of number of global education platforms, right? Like Coursera, like Udemy. Most of my students and a lot of people use these courses in companies as well. And the result were very low. Why? Because in these platforms, the courses, it is the base course, but it is the general information. Okay, for example, insurance, for example, some of agile transformation, right? The people learn, students watch this video, getting some knowledge, but cannot use in their real experience. But in our platform, our experts who works in the Azerbaijan and they have some experience, they give some real tools which they need in their work life. So our market size in B2B is 50 million. Why? Because our customer is not only the organic users, students. Our customers is also the companies. So they can use our platform. What we offer them. For example, the company comes and requests some courses from us. We arrange this required course, giving some access to their employers, and the employer and the HR member can control and their employers' results, can create the KPI system as well in this platform. At the same time, the another users, the organic users, can get the videos within lifelong. It is very limited time, okay? They can access their course in any time, in everywhere. When they forgot something, they can open and remember some points. So, we started and with minimal our budget, we did some investment ourselves. Me said that, Colonel, don't try to do something because in Azerbaijan there is no any customer. They will not use it. But after 3 months, we sold our first course and we have $1,200 income. So we grow up, we created our team, our full platform, our studio, and we grew up. I grew up my team, so another my children. So right now this is the results, our subscription, our course, and instructors. So this is our income, I want, and so thank you very much.
Okay. Well done, well done, well done. Yes, lot of motivation.
This is not only for Azerbaijan, this is targeted to Central Asia as well.
Guys,
right now, one of our
if you will not
member,
ask her something, she will not stop.
yeah.
Nice presentation and nice energy. Thank you.
Thank
I
you.
didn't understand your revenue model. What's your revenue model?
I'm sorry,
Your
what?
revenue model, how is your gain your money from this process?
Yes, we invested ourselves, our co-founders, ourselves, and we created some revenue. There were some statistics, so we started within first quarter approximately $3,000. Right now it is over $15,000.
For example, I'm a customer. I give you, for example, $10.
You register and you can find any of course from our platform.
For example, I give you $1,000.
Not ton. No. The minimum price is approximately 10 manats in manats with $7.
Okay, $7. So how many money do you get and how many money do you give?
They pay. We have a payment system with Pasha Bank. It is one of the biggest bank in Azerbaijan. Yes.
He's asking how much do you keep from the money paid? Do you take the whole 7 to yourself, or do you take a commission out of it? This is the question.
No. They give some payments to the courses. Okay. These courses we will divide this revenue between the instructor and Safavi, because.
Okay, this is what you're asking, the revenue model.
How do you gain, and which percent do you gain?
Do you
take commission or any other registration fees?
No, just selling price. We sell our courses.
Okay.
You can buy one of course and pay some money.
Speak in your language
It's not
for a second.
subscription based. No.
Thank you.
Okay, done. Anyone else? No, we're good. Okay.
Thank
Safavi,
you very much.
you.
Thank you.
Good luck. Continuing on. Satellizer, please join us. That's your clicker, your 5 minutes. Start
Hi
now.
everyone. We are Satellizer and we take care of your land from a distance. Food insecurity is the most important factor for us. Climate change, natural disaster, war, lack of chemical fertilizer can be in danger for food insecurities. In the last Ukrainian conflict, we can see that food insecurity is a vital thing for us. Even Russia can sell their fertilizers to the world. Small-scale agricultural land can be easily managed. But when the area becomes more than 50 hectares, productivity becomes difficult. Our target customers are farmers, agriculture joint companies, governments in global market. Satellizer provides continuously and required information through the satellite's imagery. Your lands would be under the microscope of satellite. Also, we provide continuous information and analytical reports. Also, our team gives tips for farmers or our clients for increasing productivity of land and also our clients. Large companies such as Manna also provide these type of services. But due to the low wage prices in Azerbaijan and also in Iran, we provide this service 30 to 50% lower payment and also in a shorter term. And also the other difference between large companies and us, most of them provide B2G business model, but we provide all business model, B2G, B2C, and also B2B2. Our core team consists of 6 people and 27 project operations team that are currently working. Satellizer founded in 2018 and our first prototype created in 2019. And due to the corona, we worked limited in 2 years, 2020 and 2021, but it didn't stop us. We worked a lot and we are growing now. About financial history, first of all, I want to mention that 2019 is here and 2021 is here. Most of our expenditures are for human resource, and we predict that in the next 5 years it will continue like this too. From 23 million hectares of Azerbaijan and Iran, in the first stage, our main goal is to expand our target area from 2 million to 4 million hectares. Also, I want to mention that now we have 200 clients that consist of insurance companies, also clients from Canada and also from Holland. And in the next stage, our plan to enter neighbor countries market that consists of approximately 30 million hectares, and the main goal is to enter European and global market area, which consists of 130 million hectares. About our investment plan, our first investment was by our core team, that's $76,000, and our second investment was from angel investor for our marketing and project operation team, that's approximately $100,000, and in the next stage we require $5 million for rebranding, relocation, internationalization, and technology transfer to Azerbaijan, because in Azerbaijan we would go faster. And about startup value, in 2022 our startup value was $270,000, and our startup value now is more than $1.5 million. And in 2025, like in 3 years, we predict that our startup value would be $100 million. And I want to mention that our startup value and investment value are calculated by third party, not from us or our clients. All calculations was by third party. In a brief, we take your land and we take pictures from satellite. Then with artificial intelligence, we take data and then we give you analytical reports, and also we share tips for making your land more productive, more beautiful, and more green. Also, we can see all the problems of your land, and we can say before it, and there will be nothing in your land, just green. Thank you for your patience, and there is our contact information and here sites that you can come, you can look here.
Very well done. Very well done. Please.
I will answer questions with my teammate.
Yes,
Yeah.
your personal teammate. Yes, introduce yourself.
How
Can
can
you
I help you?
introduce yourself, Mr.
My name
Teammate?
is Ali. I'm co-founder of the Satellizer. We are here to help everyone to have the better future, because food industry is the main reason that we are living.
Thank you. Yes, please. Yes, yes. Uh-huh.
Okay, hello. Congrats. I would like to better understand. You mentioned that you have customers in Canada, other places. Then your internationalization strategy seems to be going to countries around the region, right?
Yes.
So if you have customers in markets that are much larger, why not starting there instead of in the countries nearby? Perhaps you can do both, but why not focusing on markets larger than the countries in the region?
That's so nice question. Thank you very much. First of all, that was for testing. We have used our system, our algorithms in other countries, and whenever the requirement came to us, we didn't reject them. We provide the services to them. But we think at the first step, we must do everything in our homeland, in our region, and we get better question as answer to the providing services to other countries. At the moment, we have more than 200 terabyte analytic information, and we are servicing to all countries. We are ready to provide lots of the algorithms that our competitors don't have them.
So how much does it cost for you for each satellite picture? Because I know it's costly.
That is, we are, at the moment we are using free of charge satellite solution, zero money. That
But
is
it's costly.
that is the Chinese satellite doing like that. And by this way, we have just up to 3% mistake.
And the farmer is paying for subscription, right?
Yes.
And how much subscription can I pay as a farmer, or even, or
That's
it's based
independent
on
of
the land?
That's independent of the services that you are required. That will difficult, I say you, but mainly that will be something approximately €1 per hectare per month.
Per month.
Yes.
And the land size is depend.
Per hectare, I said you.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, thank
Good
you.
luck. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, moving on. Smartpay, are you ready? Yes. So
Pointer.
calling to the stage, Smartpay, please come here. Your clicker is waiting. I know you have props to put here. Oh, okay.
I'll just put it here.
Yes, you can put it here. It's your clicker, and your 5 minutes begin now.
Hi everyone, we are extremely happy to be back on the stage again. I am so excited to be part of the team which works day and night just to make sure that payments can be replaced by Smile. When it comes to everyday payments, we still depend on cards and devices. Still depends, and the cash is still the king. So, merchants constantly seek for the alternatives. Yes, the technology makes us happier and lives easier, but even though Apple Pay and other solutions make our words convenient, the merchants are not happy with their rates and fees because they're high. With this problem and current trends in payment space, let us introduce Smartpay, a facial recognition payment solution for retail and e-commerce. Smartpay uses the most advanced facial recognition technology, and we've built a device-free and cashless payment solution with extremely and exclusively lowest transaction rates in local markets. Well, the biometric market space is growing rapidly, and by 2025, it's expected to reach $64 billion, which will show 400 growth in overall within 3 years. Well, our app has simple steps. With short onboarding, users can scan their face, verify their identity, just add your card, and voila, you're ready for payments. Well, this is one of the most frequently asked questions. Can our apps identify the twins? Yes, we've held tests, intensive tests with 10 twins within 2 months, and all of our tests were successful, which show the payment facial recognition solution identified them with 5 to 10% of difference. Well, our business model is as simple as our app. With fixed monthly subscription and lowest transaction rate, merchants enjoy working with us. So, we are delighted to announce that we raised currently $100,000 from the biggest acquired bank in the country. We implemented Sonic brand from MasterCard and became one of the first startups from Azerbaijan to join the MasterCard Start Paris Acceleration Program. And we got partnership with the hugest grocery store in the country. Well, we are taking baby steps today so we can dominate the world tomorrow. Our expansion plans include the EU, Turkey, MENA region, and Southeast Asia. These guys are the main heroes of our story. Meet Remur Rasulov, who has 15 years of experience in SaaS, and Enrique Nur, who has 10 years of experience in AI, ML, and FinTech. But they're not alone. We have a huge and passionate team of people who worked very hard just to make sure that today we can replace payments just by our smiles. So, if you're a bank offering premium services, or you're just a merchant seeking to optimize the checkout experience, feel free to join us on our journey. Together with MasterCard, we are on a mission to bring facial recognition payment solution to fast-growing markets. We call it Smartpay. Smartpay, which is all about smiles, and we invite you all just to replace the traditional payment methods with your amazing smile. The future of payments is here, and it's in this room. Thank you. At last, I would like to mention that you can forget your wallet, you can forget your phone and any device, but you will never forget your face. So we would like to make sure that you can start to pay with your face.
What if I don't want to smile? What if I don't want to smile?
Money?
If I don't want to smile.
To smile. We will be more than glad to see you. You keep smiling.
I should be more.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. So I have a question for you.
Sure.
It's based on you are storing the data of the faces on your servers or in your database, right?
Yes.
So what about the security of this data? Because it's
okay. Security. So I would like to answer that we got the license for biometric payments, and this is the first time that this license is given to commercial company in this country. So all the data will be kept inside of the country. So this is the proof of this, that we got this officially. Yes?
So you are going to store our face and biometric data?
Yes, it's biometric data.
Even Apple didn't do it.
Yes, Apple do it, but
we store not as a picture or as a video. We store as a facial ID.
So our biometric data is going to be stored in your servers?
In Azerbaijan, yes.
In Azerbaijan.
Yes.
So it means that probably you have some integrations with governmental services. That's why it's not going to be in Smartpay services, yes?
For now, we're not integrated with government services. This is commercial.
Actually,
basis.
as I know how biometric services work. This is a kind of scanner. For example, if I'm going to use scanner, the printer and the scanner will not remember the paper and the, let's say, the picture. It only will scan and copy. That's it.
Yeah.
So biometric systems also work like this, if I'm not mistaken.
A little bit, yes, yes.
So please check this, because
Thank you
if
for
you
the
are going
question.
to answer yes, then people will think that you are going to store
Their data.
let's say, individual data, and this is not secure, actually, as I know.
Enjoy it.
Thank you.
you very much.
Thank you, Leila. It's yours. Go and learn. Yes. Spiky? Okay, calling to the floor, Spiky. Please come and join us on stage. Spiky.ai. That's your clicker, and your 5 minutes start now.
Hi everyone, I'm Derin from Spiky, and we are your first Chief Engagement Officer, and this is part of our wonderful team. Everyone knows that what it is. The teams moved remote working over the past 2 years. We are now able to work from the hotels, from the beach, from anywhere. And the best part is avoid traffic for 2 hours each day and keep that time to our beloved ones. But now, some companies want to take the freedom away from the people and move back to physical. Despite studies showing that most companies performed even better in the remote working era. So why is it? It is because companies don't know how to manage their employees and how they are feeling in the remote setting. They don't have a good feeling about the employees' feeling from a day-to-day basis and feel like they're losing the control. Companies like Apple have called back to their employees for 3 times per week to their back to offices, and the employees published a letter citing their CEO a hypocrite, and they have lost their top-cited researchers eyeing Goodfellow. So on the other hand, companies like Airbnb that embrace remote and freedom will reap the benefits in the form of 800,000 applicants in 1 month. We can no longer call this the future of work. Remote decentralized teams are here and they are not going anywhere. But businesses need the tools to better manage their teams and get an emotional pulse. We have the solution. People are what make organizations thrive. We are here to empower them and elevate their engagement. We do this by using 19 ML models and 48 different engagement metrics to track and quantify the emotional aspects of the meeting. Using Spiky is super easy. To create your report, you need to first create your team. The next step is to upload your video of your meeting. It is even easier with our integrations. Once you upload your video, our custom-built AI-based algorithms start to work and generate accurate and rich insights. It's that easy. Using Spiky, you get anonymous auxiliary values for attention, emotion, inclusivity, and efficiency. Using these metrics, C-level managers are managing their team's EQ intelligence on a day-to-day basis. They are using these metrics to drive performance, reduce churn, and measure the efficiency of the actions taken. On the team page, you can get actionable insights into more effective communication with your teams. You can gain knowledge about the attention, emotion traits, and reactions of the team on a daily, weekly, or monthly basis. On the active speaker page, you will be able to log your speaker stats such as vocal, language metrics, and prior meeting scores. Spiky offers an invisible hand to help you improve your meetings. With better meetings, you will improve your company and your teams. Our team is the team to do this. Our co-founders and team members are PhD researchers in machine learning field, including prestigious companies. We have top-notch advisors who have built the companies to the IPO stage. Our stable growth has garnered strategic partnerships and pilots with 10 companies, including Microsoft Teams and Cisco WebEx. We actually will be a future partner of Cisco WebEx in their future live event next month, which 1.3 million people have watched last year. Our novel tech and deep insights have elevated us to 400K ARR even before our platform. We have companies and schools like Udemy, Boston University, BCG, and Disney on our pipeline. Our major advantages are adaptability and richness, which gives us a minimum of 10 times more richer and accurate data outputs. Most of our competitors are survey-based and mostly rely on 1 or 2 metrics. The market is huge, with $1.5 trillion waste in the USA alone due to disengagement. And 72% of the companies have shifted to hybrid or remote working model. So we are Spiky, your first Chief Engagement Officer. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Now we go for the jury. Any questions?
Let me comment. Which languages you may analyze for the moment? On English?
On English, yes.
On English. Okay. And have you tested it locally or in the US?
I couldn't understand.
You have tested it locally or in the US?
Yes, locally. In Turkey, we have customers like Robert College, Uğur Kolejleri, Bahçeşehir College, and QNB Finansbank. And we're also making our way of start to work with Disney for 2.5 is on the demo kind of way. Yes.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So, who's your customer or direct customers?
Actually, we started with the online education, but now we are more focusing on the corporate sites. So our customers is everyone basically, because we are focusing on the online meetings overall. It could be your online meetings in your company or your HR meetings or your online meetings. It doesn't matter actually.
I mean, who is your competitor?
Oh, competitor. Yeah. Our most competitor is Read.ai. I don't know, did you heard of it? But our most advantages beside on Read.ai is our different kind of metrics. We have 48 different metrics. And sorry, I just misheard the question.
Okay. Sorry.
Hi, good luck. One more question. What do you think, in just one sentence, which problem you solve?
Engagement problem.
Engagement problem of the employees?
Engagement between the people overall, between the employees and the leaders, or between the students and the teachers. Overall engagement problem.
So, for example, if I'm going to see everyone in the camera and in one desktop, that means that they are engaged?
No, of course not. We have 19 different ML models to make this algorithm work, and we are looking for 48 different perspectives, metrics for the members, and 7 different metrics for the speakers to understand how high is the attentiveness, emotion level, or the engagement level between each of them.
And how you are going to use this data? For example, if I'm not so engaged,
we give you actionable insights, and we give the speaker, actually we give as a report, your personality traits and how you react to what. We give you also your reactions to the monotonic vocal tone or energetic vocal tone, and they could understand which vocal tone or language analysis you react the most.
Okay.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you, good luck. Okay, Startup Centrum, please join us on stage. Startup Centrum, you're next.
Clicker.
Here.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much.
Your 5 minutes start
Okay,
now.
thank you.
Good luck.
Hello everyone, I'm Müge, I'm co-founder at Startup Centrum.
With my partner, we have launched startups and failed several times in the past because of the teammate problem. And we did some research. According to CB Insight, 90% of startups fail. And the reason is the same: the teammate problem and not finding the right investor and right network. We wanted to solve this problem, and we launched Startup Centrum that we positioned as LinkedIn Lite for startups. In the platform, there are startup profiles, talent profiles, investors, accelerators, and incubator profiles, and you can see many details about them on their profile, and you can send messages, you can apply to them, and you can connect with them very easily. And yes, we developed ranking system. We rank tech talents by measuring their technical skills. We analyze GitHub, GitLab, Stack Overflow accounts of developers and Behance Dribble accounts of designers, and we rank them in the system with our algorithm. Also, we measure entrepreneurial skills of people with psychometric tests, and our algorithm shows us if team members complement each other about technical skills and psychometric skills. And you know the team is everything for the startups. And also, we regularly publish startup investment reports for different countries by using investment data. And for France, Germany, United Kingdom, Turkey, etc., and many institutions like Bloomberg HD and other media companies and ministries cite these reports as sources. Okay, we have two target markets we get share of. First, global talent acquisition markets, and second, global VC investment markets. We have two main customers. First, tech firms, I mean startups, and accelerators and investors. When we look at alternative solutions, AngelList and F6S are prominent, and we are different from our competitors with our ranking technology and our tech community and detail searching structure and our content as reports. We were in the idea stage in 2019, and we raised pre-seed funding last year, and now our plan is to build a crowdfunding platform. Now in the system, there are over 10,000 users and 1,500 startups and 150 investors. And we have an exit and acquisition plan, and Angel Co. is the most suitable company that we can exit. Yes, I think we are a super team because we complement each other very well. We found all team members from our system, and we are the super. Now, we ask for $5 million to build a crowdfunding platform. And today, I want to say again, all ecosystem players here, please join us and grow together. Thank you so much. And my co-founder, please, on the stage.
Yes.
Any question or feedbacks or comments, please?
Yeah, of course, we can give any feedback.
Okay, thank you so much.
Okay, so I little bit confused about the business model. Okay, your business model, because I'm not sure now. Should I say you are a hiring platform that helping the hiring managers to find the best talents, or you are a directory of startups, database, and founders and co-founders, or you are helping the VCs for checking the startups' profiles and their progress. So, can we just, and also have a question, why you are trying to build a crowdfunding platform? So I
Okay.
need to understand your focus of area and
Yep.
your plans and which market you need to dominate.
Yes. Actually, in Turkey, we really have community, big community, and we want to use this, and we have ranking technology. So we measure team, and you know, for startups, team is the important thing. So crowdfunding, in the crowdfunding, people in the crowdfunding platform, we can show their teams. We complement each other, and you fund this. We want to use our ranking technology in crowdfunding platform.
So you basically you are matchmaking.
Yep,
between-
matchmaking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the revenue model in your startup is based on the hiring companies, or
We are different. We have different startup packages, job posting package, ranking package, and detail searching package, and reporting package. Everything is in the package for
So
startups.
So you are near to packages of assets or tools that helping startups to hire or to find reports or to post
Yes.
jobs, right?
Imagine Angel Co. Angel Co. have another all packets for startups, and we have two.
Okay. Good luck. and
Thank you. Any comments or feedback?
Okay.
Do you have any revenue now?
Our MRR is $30,000.
Dollar?
Dollars, yeah. Thank you.
Thank you. Good luck.
Thank you so much.
Okay, good luck. Thank you so much. Moving on. Calling to the stage, Tenter. Tenter, join us. Your clicker has been taken by someone.
Yes.
Your clicker is there. Guys, hey, give us, oh, they're clicking from there. Forgot it. Okay, your 5 minutes start now. Good luck.
Programming has ruined my life. These are the last words of my group mate who dropped university after failing programming 3 times. And he is not alone. According to statistics, around 50% of programmers fail in introductory programming courses. In addition, 80% of 150 students we've talked with claim coding to be hard, complex, and time-consuming. Time-consuming. Attending college in morning, tutors in afternoon, and self-study evenings makes learning coding 24/7 process of nightmare. Now, what if we could change this whole story around? Like literally, in every single aspect, there exists more effective way. With Tenter, users learn coding with automated analysis of someone else's code. Just in a few minutes, student opens the web, scans the code, gets step-by-step solution, explanation, and a video tutorial of a scanned code. With a database of over thousands of code explanations and 100+ video tutorials, Tenter is an AI-powered web application that democratizes the learning process, making it available to everyone from any location at any time. Currently, there are estimated 26.8 million developers. This number will reach 45 million in 2030. Although these numbers are huge enough, with an exponential growth of technology, the global market might not reach its demand. This gap may increase irreversibly, which makes it crucial to solve this problem starting from today, starting from now. At present, there are hundreds of ways to learn coding, through video tutorials, web applications, and tutors. However, we outperform our competitors in terms of scanning feature, automated code analysis, and 24/7 live support. Thus, these advantages make Tenter unique. As a result, users learn coding in less time, with less energy, less cost, and higher motivation. In past 5 days alone, we have 200 interested and more than 500 wasted users. 90% of received user feedback claim Tenter to be an effective tool to learn coding. What you see now on screen is one of the 10 received expert feedbacks. Moving into the financial, Tenter uses freemium business model, offering users 2 types of subscription: basic, which is free and increases product recognition and brand awareness, and Premium, which offers users additional functionality for $9.99. Moving into the milestones, the development and launching of the second release are the main priorities by July. By the end of the year, we aim to support 8 programming languages, 10,000 explanations, and 25,000 active users. To transform these goals into reality, we're looking for 100K investment and call you to be the part of this education revolution. Initially, 40% of investment will go to research and development, 30% for sales and marketing, 20% for professional content recording, and 10% for operational expenses. Now, you might think why we are the perfect team to reinvent this learning process. I'm Laman, the CEO and co-founder of Tenter, and I've been coding since the age of 13. Apart from 6+ years of experience in tech industry, I also have a background in digital marketing and project management. We know how to drive marketing strategies. Our CMO and co-founder Atahan, having more than 3 years of experience, is an experienced business person and accountant. We know how to build technology. Our CTO and co-founder Nihat is an experienced competitive programmer, gold medalist of several science and technology awards, and a winner of Lutfizadeh Technology Award. We are Tenter, where all coders belong. Thank you.
Oh, well done. Very nice, Tenter. Yes,
Very
jury.
nice. Thank you. Amazing pitch.
Thank you.
The coding ruined my life as well, so it's okay.
Yeah.
The main question, if you already have the customer, paying customers.
No, not yet. We have launched.
Goal to sell, you are ready.
Yeah.
Sell.
Yeah, thank you.
So I have a question about how you learn the machine to provide suggestions. So, do you have developers that help the other developers to code, or you have automated AI-based system?
Yeah, we have it's AI-based, so it's automated everything.
So what is the source of your data that helped you to suggest the best solution for this problem or extra?
For now, it's just a symbolic logic. We have a database that our content makers create. But in future, we're collecting the database and doing the crowdsourcing to collect the data and then analyze it like
So
instantly.
do you know that GitHub has now a Copilot that helping the developers by suggesting a solution for each line of code? I think you should take this in consideration and try to integrate with them as well by giving an experience or user experience that match with the developers.
Yes.
Something like that.
GitHub transforms the text into the code, but it's not in an educational purposes. We're doing it for educational purposes so that all the beginners, elementary learners can learn coding and can implement them in the future.
Yes. So thank you and good luck and help the developers. I am a developer, by the way. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, we're done. Okay, Tenter, thank you so much. Good luck to you. We're done.
Thank you.
Okay, calling our next startup. Unim. Clicker, take the clicker from them. Good. Come and join us here on stage. Unim, your 5 minutes start now.
Hi, I am Idrak, CEO of Unim. We create one-click Zoom meetings between industry professionals and students to support them on their careers. Imagine if you could call a mentor just like you call your mom at home. Like, hey mom, can you look at please? When a student is looking for a mentor, he goes through a lot of stages. He searches, he tries to reach, wait for a response, and build a relationship to meet with them. On the most cases, when the students are trying to reach out a potential mentor on the internet, the landscape is like this. You are in a long pending list. You cannot message. Even if you do, you have to wait for a response. After getting the response, if you are lucky, You ask another question, and you have to wait again. As a solution, we developed an online platform which eliminates the additional steps and combines the mentors with students directly. With just one click, your scheduled meeting is delivering to your email address. When we launched this application, our faculty students engaged in these meetings, and they pushed us to bring more and a lot of professionals to the platform. This is basically Unim users getting direct meetings and direct relationship with professional people. Our users are students and mentors. Our customers are students who pay for one-on-one meetings. And our target market for now is 2.1 million students who are looking for mentorship in Azerbaijan and Turkey. And even if we reach out only 1% of our target market, we get 1 million manats turnover over the year. As a revenue, we get a commission of 15% for each Zoom meeting. The price of Zoom meetings changes from mentor to mentor. And when we surveyed more than 700 students in Azerbaijan, we got that the average monthly price they want to pay for a mentorship is 74 manats. You can calculate our revenue, which is 11 manats per person, and you can multiply it with only 1% of our target market, which makes 21,000 students. We are faster than our competitors, so we don't have waiting lists, we don't have application forms, we are available both on web and mobile. Our go-to-market strategy is like a growing pipeline. We started with our own faculty, continue with our own university, and we'll continue with other Azerbaijan and Turkish universities. We are a suitable team for this project because we mentored so many students. I'm personally a faculty mentor at International School of Economics faculty and the founder of MentorPol, which is a faculty-based mentorship club. My co-founder, Tural, is a product designer who is collaborating with multiple companies, and he is leading our development team. One point about our development team, the team consists of 3 senior software engineers with more than 10 years of experience. Our current status. During the process, we went through a lot of stages, including MVP development, launching first application, and we are currently redesigning our application based on user feedback to be able to start scaling soon. We are fundraising $35,000, and most of the investment is for developer and designer salaries. The rest significant expenses are marketing and equipment expenses. So if you want to learn more about Unim, come to see me afterwards. Thank you for listening.
Well done, well done. Yes, jury, floor is yours.
Hi.
Sorry.
The only woman here. So I have one question. How you are going to, is there going to be a ranking system? How I can be sure that your mentor is the person that I'm looking for? I mean the quality, I mean the professionalism, and etc.
Thank you for the question. You can, search the mentors and their profiles, their the companies they worked, their top skills, their biography, and you can, audit the mentor, and after you can purchase the session.
But I can write for me beautiful, brilliant CV, and it doesn't mean that I'm that person. Will there be any ranking system or something this?
Currently, we are, manual.
Feedbacks just maybe.
About the, after the session, yes? After the session.
Yes, maybe.
After the session, we get feedback from users, and we are also auditing the sessions. We are participating in the sessions, and we are trying to be sure that our mentors gives what our students want.
Okay, and how the payment system will be? Are you integrated?
Yes, actually we developed the payment system. Our developers developed them. It's ready, but because we are in private beta with our faculty and university, we didn't launch them in Play Market, but it's ready.
I just want to be the model, how it's...
Just you purchase.
Just go and talk with ePoint.
Yeah, we talk with them. We talk with them. We speak with them.
I don't have any other questions.
Great, thank you.
Just the feedback I told you a
Mhm.
senior scientist at Google makes more than $400,000 per year. So $5 per 30 minutes won't incentivize that person as a mentor.
Thank you for the feedback.
Just a feedback. I'm an active user of some mentoring platforms, both in Russian-speaking regions and in the US. And the most useful feature I ever seen was the feature to assign some mentors as the top ones. It doesn't matter whether they have got the real rating or not. When you assign some, I don't know, 20% of the overall amount as the top ones, we are paid 80%, or maybe 90% attention from those who seek for mentorship. And those guys are getting all that. You may change the status every week or month, like 20% now, 20% next week, etc., and everyone will benefit from the customer's attention.
Thank you for the feedback. Thank you.
Okay, thank
Thank
you
you
so
all.
much. Good luck to you. Round of applause. We are nearing the end. I will call to the stage Hill With. And in this opportunity, I would like to ask everyone in this hall to come into the center and take your seats because the minister is about to join us. The minister is going to talk to you and share some of his vision. So I would like the startups from the Startup Lounge. Find yourself here, everyone in this hall. I ask you please to take your seats now before the minister enters because he needs to be here at any moment. Please call all the startup in to take their place. Five plus two. You have 5 minutes. Again, I'm asking everyone in the hall, please take your seat now in the center because the minister is about to enter here any moment. I need all of you sitting down. He is about to enter. I think I see him outside. Please get the startups from the lounge to come here and sit. Also, people on the other side in the B2B area, please grab your seats. See, the minister is already with us. We will call him in a second. We are just filling the rows. Can you please call the startups from the lounge? I'm asking again, guys, you over there on the other side, the B2B, you see me? Get the people from there to enter this. Call everyone to enter the hall, everyone. Same from the lounge. I request, Nubar, all the startups to come in now. You will do your pitch after, not now. Thank you. Yep. Please come in, everyone. I would like everyone to sit down. I don't want anyone standing here in the hall. Please, take your seats, everyone. Okay. Okay. Minister, I'm sorry for the noise, but we're doing a show outside, but the show also here. We're honored to have you here with us and the startups, the guests, our jury here, and some of the speakers are eager to hear your words. about the vision, about the event. So I would please like to invite to the stage Minister Rashad Nabiev, the Minister of Digital Development and Transport. Please join us here on the stage. Thank you. Round of applause. Yes.
Good. Good afternoon, everyone. I know that you guys, well, I know that you guys don't like the people who talk too much because you're the man of the action. And especially you don't like the ministers. I know this as well, yes? Especially when they promise and they don't do anything. But I don't want to promise anything today. I want to just share my impressions. I had an opportunity to walk around here and the place where the hackathon takes place. And if you ask me what's the one thing that I'm taking away from these 2 days of observation, and the only thing that I'm taking away is the pride. Pride for all of you, pride for our future, pride for our bright future, and that's very important. And going into too much details, after talking to our startups and the startups who are from the different countries, including Turkey, Argentina, and others, the observations are following. Well, everyone and each of you have a capacity, which is very important in our days. Without talking too much and digging into the details why the capacity is important today, rather than any knowledge you guys possess today, well, there was a very important article which impressed me very much, like several years ago, in HBR, and I always refer to that as a following. During the pyramids times, the most important feature of humankind was the physical sense, how physically strong we are, because for employer it was very important how physically strong you are, and that's been with us for centuries. And now when we're choosing our leaders, we're always paying attention how strong they are, how tall they are. If you go to the 500 Fortune CEOs, on average, their height is 5 centimeters higher than average Americans. So thousands of years have passed, and when the first revolution started, yes, in 18th and etc., the IQ became relevant. The employer started paying attention to the IQ, how capable you are in math, physics, and others. And several years passed, around like 60 years or 50 years. In early 1980s, employers started paying how emotionally cute you are, how emotionally good you are. And now, in our days, starting from 2000s and 2010s, etc., all of them became somehow irrelevant. And now the most important thing, how fast you can learn. It's all about the capacity. It's about the curiosity. It's about the way you are willing to learn. Because on the day we leave the school, all the knowledge we get from the school, sometimes, especially now when everything has a different pace of change, things become irrelevant. So capacity is very important, and observation is that the capacity is there. Yes. The next important point about being successful probably in the areas that you guys are heading is the ability to learn and listen. As I shared with the colleagues who have been around for these last 2 days, you are very much willing to learn from the mistakes. You guys have made mistakes today and yesterday and etc., and that's very important that you have the ability, you don't have that ego that I know everything. Probably only the artists, great painters and etc., they can be genius and they can paint in themselves. Even the sportsmen, I mean, if you look for how the Tiger Woods, for example, as a great golf player, or Mike Tyson and others, all of them, they have coaches. So, because the coaches can see you from the outside, they always can tell you, here's the mistakes that you're making, and etc., etc. So, if you don't have that ego, it's great. But without having that ego, you're also very much self-confident. That's also observation after talking to several startups. You think that your product is great, and or the greatest, which is also good. So it means that it really doesn't matter how many mistakes you will be doing along the way. You will always be ready to fail and come back, fail and come back. So these are the observations we are taking, and also the lessons learned for us as following. The most important things that we as bureaucrats can do and favor to you, just stay away and just don't tell you what to do. That's very important. That's what we heard from you. And the only thing I can promise as a Minister of Digital Development and Transportation, that we as a government, we will not be telling you what to do, and we will always stay away, but we will do our best to make sure that you guys will be able to fulfill your potential. And how it's going to take place, the world changes, whether it's enabling specific legal and regulatory framework, which is yet not there, but we're moving in that direction. Whether it's access to the financing, we are not there, but things are improving. And the most important thing that you all are in lack of the specific number or critical number of employees. Yes, we have an enterprises under our ministry, and quite recently we had a discussion with the CEO of Azerbaijan, and I asked her, what's one single problem that you are facing nowadays? Her answer was that there is a big lack of skilled code software developers in the market, cybersecurity experts, and et cetera, et cetera. And we do recognize this fact. I don't want to talk too much what we are doing in this direction. We do believe there is a shortcut to that. As I'm coming with the background in the space, at the time in 2011, there was no engineer in the market, software developer concentrated in the space industry, or engineer which had any experience in the space. What we actually did, we went to the universities, we asked, just give us the best students in chemistry, biology, in math, and etc. And they are the best performing engineers in Azerbaijan. That's a space agency, by the way, of Azerbaijan. So within a very short period of time, going back, I want to relate to capacity. If you have proper capacity within a very short period of time, and of course some analytical skills and math skills and etc., you can do whatever you want to do. So in that regard, what we are doing at the time being, together with our universities, we know that university education is a long-term journey. We are organizing a short-term courses. I mean, just like call them boot camps on etc. In order to, we call it between ourselves printing relevant number of employees for the market. I mean, we do recognize the fact there will never be any innovation, and no one is going to take the risk if the opportunity cost is there. If you can go to work for Azerbaijan for several thousand of manats, why would you go and take the risk and earn nothing, for example, yes? So we have to print this critical number of people, so there is an excess of capacity there, then you will go and do the things. And there's only one thing, the last point is that we also recognize the fact that there will probably never be any innovation if there is no invention. So most of our universities, they're teaching type universities, they don't have too much research conducted at the universities, and that's also important for the innovation and for forming this community, let's put it this way. So we are working on that direction as well. So I will probably stop here because too much things to say, and I wish all of you all the success. As I mentioned yesterday, probably there will not be any winners. There is only one winner, that's the government of Azerbaijan. And all of you, I mean, I'm pretty much sure that enjoyed the process as well. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Minister. Well, we need you for another minute. I would like all the startups, only the startups, please come here quick. Minister, Did you hear in the center, please? Startups on the stage, all of you. We will just take one step down. Yes, all of you. Quick, quick, quick. Find your place. We have enough photographer. Place us, tell us where to stand. Little bit here. Okay, move, guys, move to the right. Move to the right. Move to the right. More? Okay, you handle it. Great. Stan, come. Perfect. Thank you so much. You're welcome. Thank you, Minister. Thank you. Thank you so much. Yes, we continue. So we have 3 more startups to go. Take your stage. That's yours. Let just everyone kind of move out. And I will tell you when to start. Hillwith, just a moment. We will get everything organized for you.
Can I start?
Wait. Okay, floor is yours. 5 minutes start now. Good luck.
Thank you very much. Dear judges, my name is Jahangir Bayafardar, and today I will present you the project which name is Hillwith. So to make you understand and to make you what is it, I will just make a little I will show you the problem. Like there is 20% of the plants of the world are ill. And most of 90% of them are dying. And they're dying not because of no way to heal them. They're dying because the way to heal them is looking like that. Like you just putting the water on them and trying to save their life. Can you imagine that you will save the life of the people in the same way? So you have to understand that it's really easy to work with plants, but the solution could be found easily by us. We made the application, which name is Hillwith, and you're just taking your phone and making the scan of your plant and getting the result. What is the problem with your plant? For nowadays, we're already working with more than 35 diseases. It's a little problematic because the world is not ready for using the data. Like no one goes and photos their plants for the nowadays, but now we're doing, like in time of the pandemic, we use the data of the 35 diseases, and you can see how we explain how to heal them. And I want to say you that we have the competitors in this market, and it's Plantix. Plantix used to work with vegetables and fruits. We're also working with plants. Because, you know, like in the time of the pandemic, more of the people try to use and to buy plants instead of pets. Because it's easier, it's much more comfortable, and the plants really needable by the person. The smart agriculture market is $21 billion, and 125 million are in Azerbaijan. So you have to understand that only by the saving life of 20% of them, you can save more than 20 millions. Like, it's cool. And now our business plan, how we make it. Of course, we're having absolutely free scans of your plants. If you have 1 or 2 plants at home, you would just help us to make the data. If more, just you can use number of scans. If you have no more than 5 plants at home, if you have more, just use the monthly subscriptions. Then the advertisement of medicines is also give us opportunity to make money. And the last one is when we are working with big companies, they're using to buy the hectarium. So now our team. I have to explain you one thing. Like, we are the people who are programmers, and we have the help of the biologicals. And now we made the special AI algorithm that helps people to solve this problem. I just support you to using the application which we have in Google Play Market. We have the application in Play Market. It's in the A version of release. You can just download it, you can touch it, you can see how it works. And there is 35 diseases I wanted to extend, like we are working now for this. And in fact, I just wanted to explain you one thing. Like up to the latest news, you have to understand that the world is not perfect absolutely. And the greens in our life matters more than we think. We have to save them, because when you save greens, you save greens. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Well done, jury. Please have some questions and feedback.
Actually, I don't have any questions, but I would like to say in a sentence maybe, I have watched the video and it was very impactful for me at that time, because one of the scientists just said that you shouldn't save the planet because you should save the planet. You should save the planet because this is the only place where you can live. So I like your idea and I like greens. I will use your application and I'm going to download it right now. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Questions, guys? No more
Very-
questions? Yes. Please.
So where is the data coming from for the flowers?
For the flowers.
Home flowers and diseases. Where are you guys training your data?
Now we're working with Agriculture University, and most of data which we get, we're taking from there. Also, I have my teacher who is a founder of this project, and we had some plants of him which has diseases, and by healing them, we just created the application. So most of the data used by the university and by ourselves. What?
Accuracy is good? Accuracy?
Yeah, accuracy. We just, by the scans, we understand more than 85% of the diseases.
Okay, so I don't have a question, but I would like to suggest you to try to integrate with drones as well. So I can use the technology that you are doing with image processing by taking big shots from my big size farm. So it will be help to.
In fact, I can just answer your questions. We have the idea, while getting the financial, making a drone which will take the pictures of the big plants, and we will just take the data in one time. And also we will be making the special cameras that are standing in the green saving place, which will scan for all of the time, and we will get data more and more. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Well done. Yep. Okay. Good. Okay. Iglim, is Iglim here? Come, buddy. Come join us. Iglim, come on stage. Floor is yours. You have 5 minutes starting now.
Hi, everyone, judges, guests. My name is Ikin, and our product is Iglim. So let's firstly talk about the problem. The supply of greenhouses with technology in underdeveloped countries is very low. Thus, this is very challenging to ensure the proper storage conditions for plants grown in greenhouses. This in turn creates following problems. Yield is decreasing, fertile conditions are generated for plants to have diseases, fruits and vegetables are ripen late, and financial and moral damage, and of course, high human engagement. What's the solution? As a solution, we thought about the Iglim. So it helps you constantly monitor the microclimate in greenhouses, remotely control and monitor the internal systems of greenhouse, instantly receive SMS or call alarms, predict possible plant diseases. I'll talk about it later. This is a very important part about our device. And fully automate so reduce a human factor. As I told already, IGLIM is a temperature and humidity system which is monitoring and controlling it. This is our first version. It's a basic one. It's working with the wired cables, with the wired sensor, and can be used in small or medium greenhouses. But the second version creates a great value for the users. It is AI, which helps to predict possible diseases. Yeah, you heard it right. Predict, but not act after you see them. So this is the main point. AI collects data from sensors and allows auto-control of the greenhouse. And after it collects the data, it can predict any possible plant diseases so that the greenhouse owner can act. Therefore, we have here gateway, wireless sensors that can be placed around the greenhouse. For the sensors right now, we have mainly air and humidity sensor and soil moisture. Right now, we are working on the other sensors like solar power, soil salinity, soil acidity, and so on. What about the market size? The estimated global greenhouse area is 5,630,000 hectares, and 4 to 5 IGLIM devices can be installed per 1 hectare. The service life of internal systems, control systems of greenhouses right now are 3 to 4 years. This means IGLIM system can easily replace it. Of course, we have competitors, and in this market, our value is AI, as I already mentioned. AI helps to predict possible plant diseases, which is the our main advantage in the global market, because right now, one of the global problems which should not be ignored is possible food deficit. With this, the greenhouse owners can predict any possible plant diseases and interrupt them beforehand. These are our satisfied clients in Azerbaijan. And our business model is B2C. The earnings come from device sales and subscription fees. The device price is $499, and the monthly subscription fee is $29. Well, about investment. Raised investment is equal to zero. It's funded internally by Hybrid Tech Company when it was launched last year, and the investment was $35,000. For the first stage, to apply all of this AI-based system, we need $100,000, and to, of course, expand all of this system coming. This is our team and their specialties. Well, we signed a memorandum of cooperation with the Research Institute of Vegetable Growing of Ministry of Agriculture of Azerbaijan. We have several achievements, and one of them is that we have become a resident of High Technology Park of Innovation Agency, and on September 21-26 of 2021, we also represented IGLIM at Teknofest in Turkey, Istanbul. Thanks for your attention.
Well done. Yes. Jury. Probably Leila has something to say.
Okay, so thank you for the speech. I need to understand more about your focused customer. Who use your product? Because your product is like $500 to buy it, and you said that it's a B2C, so it's you consider that normal people will buy it in their homes or in their farms or kind of that. So can you specify your customer and your customer needs that they will pay money for it?
Okay, thanks for the question. Well, the first version of IGLIM is for $100, and its monthly subscription fees for $5. So it's mainly our target audience is small and medium greenhouse owners, and of course, from the side that we're coming like with AI and the second version of IGLIM are the of course, bigger greenhouses, bigger owners, which will help to solve the global problem. And right now, we, of course, working on B2C model, but we also are applying the B2B model as well.
Good luck.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Okay, we're done. Thank
Okay,
you so
thanks.
much. And last and a final. I don't know if you believed we will come to this number. Yes. Comparisinator. Oh my God.
Yeah. Thank you, Tal.
Okay. Stage is yours. 5 minutes begin now. Good luck.
Okay. Hi, my name is Furkan. I'm co-founder of Comparisinator. So before we start, let me show you, these are the logos of the top divisions clubs who are the paying customers of us. You might know from the Beşiktaş, Glasgow Rangers, Rapid Wien. These are the ones that we reached for the last year, and we made 150K ARR last year. You can check it out in our website about our customers. So our mission is to assist the decisions in the football. So who we are helping with? We're helping the football teams, player agencies, and media right now. How we do that? We simplify the football data for everyone, starting from the club president up until the fan in the stadium. So the current problem that we're solving in the teams, and of course for the player agencies, is that $1 million are being wasted each year in wrong transfers. To be quite honest, it's really hard to make the accurate decisions to find a suitable player for your own team. It's not about finding the biggest player and the next star, but also finding a suitable player to maintain your performance in the league. So the solution is very simple. So as a scouting director of any club, you would receive 50 to 60 numbers of the players each day during the transfer decisions. With our mobile application and also web application, you could skim through the players and find the best talents looking at their KPIs, and also predict the performance of the player in your league and find the benchmark in this study. So our market size is, we are in the football data industry, and it has very big barriers into getting into football industry, and we would like to have a 10% market share in football data industry. In 2019, we made the Comparisinator web application, and our first sale was to Beşiktaş, a Turkish Super League club. And now we developed our Comparisinator version 2 with the mobile app. This is the first football data analytics application for the football professionals in the world. And also we'd like to discover much more into B2C side, and our dreams is to go to and reach to our fans, and I'd like to also mention that further. Our business model is B2B SaaS for clubs, agents, and media, and we'd like to also discover other options and the revenue channels into B2C side with ad revenues, paid features, and gaming. So our competitive edge is basically focusing on only the data side, while our competitors are doing it for the video scouting side. And of course, our network effect that we managed so far is to go into the player agencies instead of the clubs right themselves, because the agencies are our organic growth source by publishing the reports and delivering to the clubs, so that the clubs are coming back to us, and this was our growth hacking strategy that we utilized so far. And how we manage that as a being Turkish company, our 90% of the customers coming from abroad, it's because we have such a good organic marketing strategy, and with our LinkedIn sales outreach, we are approaching to our prospects and giving them regular insights about their players and the leagues, etc. So the people here has more than 25 years experience in football industry. Tarkan, our CEO, he has worked in the organic and the clubs, and we have a couple of people who worked in the data analytics side for more than 10 years. Of course, I've been there for 5 years. I'm recently graduated from Boğaziçi University, and we have Didem, who had spent 15 years in the marketing side as well. So we raised 150K from Socios. They are fan tokens holders, creators. 150K, and we are raising 500,000 euros this time to accelerate our growth. Our B2B operation is going pretty well, but we'd like to explore more into fan application because we have received a lot of requests on the social media. We had 30,000 people following us from the Twitter, Instagram, and each month we have from the us, Marca, you might know these media brands, GQ, these are the ones who are delivering our reports to the public, and we'd like to also grow to the fan business. So thank you for your time.
Done, well done, well done. Yes.
Yes.
Jury.
So I'm a fan of Beşiktaş. So I
yes,
have to ask
great.
you this question.
Please, go on.
So if Beşiktaş started using this last year, how come we are not the champions?
Okay, you did really great job with transferring Gezal. Dehan was heading out this transfer. And for the outgoing transfers, of course, our strategy is to giving the clubs to recruit the young players. We have a recruitment shop in our features, and which is one of the most used features in the platform, so that they recruit the young people. Of course, Gezal was about his 30s, but you can also spot the players who are between their like a mediocre life and to be found in the best place to show their own performance rather than other leagues. And so Gezal is one of the best transfers that made by the comparisinator as well. Yeah, and of course Frank Ribery's story we had in the Fiorentina with our virtual transfer tool. You can check it out on our website too. You might know from Frank Ribery everywhere. Yeah.
I have a question.
Yeah, go on.
Are you based on AI to analyze the data, like which is I think it will be video only? Only videos that you are analyzing to
No. We are actually receiving data from one data provider. There's four other data providers in the market.
Yes.
So what we do is there's a bunch of data, like it's from XY data to a data that is calculating from the one shoot through the scoring side. Each point are also minted into data, but we making a mean out of it to understood by the people who are in the professional business, who are the ones that are decision making.
Do you think it's hard to focus on the A-class football players and football clubs, or you can do it anytime? I'm not sure about the resource of your data on the A-class football players.
Eight class? Which
A-class football players.
Yeah. I mean, our target is not to find the A-class football player. Our target is to find a suitable player instead of finding an A player, because it's so our job to do. This is the ones that
you are focusing on the juniors, junior players and junior clubs.
Yeah, journey of clubs, player agencies who like to prove their player suitability, and the clubs to recruit player later. And we had also our customers from Fox Deportes and also Telecom Sport from Romania. They are the ones who like to also deliver a message to data comparison and data in football to be understood by the audience, because the fans like to try to influence their teams with the data of the wrong transfers or right transfers. They like to know about it, so that we're providing them in our social media and also our media channels. We're providing them the data they need to prove that if the transfer decision, if playmaking decision is right or wrong.
Yeah.
You use only text
Yes.
data, or you can pick up from YouTube video channels also?
No, it's actually coming directly from a data provider. We are covering more than 500 leagues in the world. So the data is coming raw to us, and we process it to put an interface on it.
Like,
it's like a dashboard, basically.
you are not picking picking up this data by yourself? You just get it?
Yeah, we are actually utilizing that data. It is coming from abroad, and we utilize that data
So
to be used by
that
the
company, or I don't know, do you have some partnership with them? Or?
Yeah, of course we do. Yeah, they are video scouting company, and we are a data-oriented, data-driven company, and it's the complementary tools that we provide them. But later on, we'd like to scale over to that business as well. I should mention that. Please go on.
Thank you.
I think you are a Brazilian, right? Yeah. Okay. The hardest question is coming right now. Okay, go on.
Have you ever thought about collecting data yourself, like selling your platform to clubs, so you can gather what you already do, plus data, real data from the performance in the field, like how they are performing, exercising, etc., because then the value of your service is going to jump out of this roof.
To be quite honest, it's not, because it's not scalable, and the clubs has to recruit extra people for that, and they don't get it inside. Huh?
I disagree, but talk to me later.
Okay. Oh.
Okay, guys, we're done.
Thank you for everything.
Thank you.
All right.
Okay, good luck. Okay, we're kinda officially done, meaning we have finished presenting all 25 startups, and we will select the 3 best ones. Next on the agenda, we will have a very important visitor, Selçuk Bayraktar, who is the chairman of Teknofest. He will come to see you and visit you at your stands. So startups, you're requested to go to your stands, be there. I remind you, if you will be nice, no one will notice you. Grab people, bring them to your stand, do selfies, photos, whatever, get attention, and maybe interest those who come to you. There will be deputy ministers coming. It will be very interesting for the coming minutes. Startup, move on to your stands. The rest, you can take a break. And we will resume within 20 minutes or 18 minutes, meaning 10 minutes to 6. We will all be seated. Thank you.